It's the Date Master. Yes, we're back with another video. I know I shorted you yesterday. My apologies. I got busy doing some work, but with no further ado, I'm back. Have a different video for you today. Got some messages. Like I said, I've been appreciating the feedback, the commentary on my content. I'm saying the subscribers slowly but surely. But I got a request to address how men interact with women and just the whole dating dynamic now, because it's pretty much on the front line. When you look at the content in which you consume and which you are interested in investing in, mostly it's going to be relationship based. If it's not relationship based, it's going to be rapper, scandal, murder. It's going to be something along the lines of entertainment with rappers. The black entertainment sector is carrying the load for entertainment for us. You see the post is 10,000 comments, 40,000 comments. This is what triggers us. This is what we are intrigued by. So what you have now, you have the future, which is now. Again, this is year 2023. Next year will be 2024. You are now in the future. As crazy as that sounds, I know it's the present, but it is the future. And you have the past. See, what I've learned with these conversations between men and women, men want to live in the past and women want to pick parts of the past in which benefits them. The men living in the past, they want things to go back to what they used to be. They want to be able to get high quality women with just being, because at one point in time, you could go to Applebee's, you can go to Old Charlie's, you can go to Pizza Hut, you can go to Chick-fil-A and have a nice date with your woman. And it won't be anything. It won't be any type of backlash. Oh, girl, he took you to Old Charlie's. Oh, girl, he took you to Outback. Social media and this social engineering, all of this is by design. Do not think for 1 second. Now, you have some collateral damage and some residual effects that may have not been calculated when this design was in process, but it is a design nonetheless to break up the nuclear family, because you have to poison the women. You look at the drug epidemic in the 80s, it was for black and brown communities. Just look at Planned Parenthood. Is it a coincidence that Planned Parenthood are in the same communities that riddle and impact the communities with drugs and violence? Is that a coincidence? No. There is a such thing as redlining. If you're not familiar, look it up. But the new market, what women like to pick from is the old men, the men who used to pay all of the bills when your rent was $114 a month. When your monthly expenses were about $450 and the man was making about, let's say, a little over $1,800 a month. And that was doing pretty well, doing about $2,500 a month. So the women want you to make as 10, because now the market is overinflated. There's a thing called hoflation. We'll do that on the next video. There's a such thing as hoflation, where the women want you to make 10 times as much as their great granddads made, because they try to correlate their grandmother's style of living, in which they really don't have a true scope or a real understanding of what that actually entailed. So you have to make 10 times as much more money than your granddad. But what are the women doing 10 times better than their grandmothers? You see how the trade-off is not even. It's skewed in the woman's favor, because the man is controlled by his lust. So since the woman has the box, the men in turn, not understanding their value, they will do anything for it. This is why I did a video called "It's Either a Raw Deal or No Deal." And when you ask these women, hey, what do I get? I have to make 10 times more money than my grandmother and grandfather used to have or make, that you like to use as the what I would like to say, inspiration. This is your motivation. This is your benchmark to gauge men. What do I get in return that's 10 times better than my grandmother? That's 10 times better than your grandmother. So the new strategy is social media based. All of the standards, all of the needs, wants, etc. They are not of their own. This is why you have women running around and the indoctrinated beta males who did not have a real father running around talking about I'm non-binary. What gender do you think you are? And we're entertained. This has reached levels of the White House and Congress, where a fool would stand in front of me and ask me what gender do I think I am when I have a penis and a pair of testicles. A fool. And this is not real. They know they're trolling. This is all by design. But you have someone, when you look at these podcasts and platforms, they're too ignorant and too low IQ to understand this. So they run with it. So you ask them, so where did you get that you're non-binary from? And they'll look at you with the stale face and the fluoride stare. They don't even know. They just heard it being repeated and repeated and repeated over and over again. So they in turn believe it's a real thing. So the new the dating market now, in the games that women are playing now, is trying to control each and every narrative. Just look at every scandal. The partisan Fontaine, the Kiki Palmer. Women are making sure they are on top and in the center of all of these conversations. Let's look at the passport bros. You got women saying these men are not shit and all of this, but yet you're speaking about them. So if these men are this and that and they're not shit and they're leaving this country to go date in other countries, aren't they doing you a favor? Dumbass. If you say you hate rats and roaches and then they come up with something that gets them out of the house or out of your communities to where you're no longer seeing rats and roaches, wouldn't you be a fool to talk about how bad? Wouldn't you be a fool to talk about them? Or talk about why they're no longer in your house and community when you just said you want to get rid of them? Dumbass. You see? So the new market is the cat and mouse game. It is the bluff game. Women are doing a good bluff. They think they can out bluff men, but I tell them all the time, and you men should be aware of this. Women can do a lot of things. They can get a lot of things quicker. They can get ahead a lot faster. But the only thing that comes with speed is time. Women, you will never beat us in the game of time. I'm sorry to tell you. So what they'll try to do is they try to, again, I tell you, they use the game of projection. This is another tactic to where they think that their reproductive system and yours are the same. So they'll try to tell you you can't have kids at 50, knowing damn well that they can't, but you can. So they try to tell you what you can't do, knowing that we are biologically different. These are the games that women will try to play. They're going to do the projection game. They're going to do the narrative switch, and they're going to do the not the bait and switch. They're going to do the cat and mouse. They're going to entice you with you look at your Facebook and go across your story. You see the story. You can scroll across and see 10 women doing the exact same poses. I made a post on my Instagram about the pandemic. You notice when the pandemic came around, these chicks were dancing machines. 75 years old doing the fucking robot and the funky chicken on TikTok trying to get likes and attention. Never seen them speak one word, but because it was in lockdown, what did they do? They had to adapt, which is why now you always see women monopolizing the social media space, getting paid thousands, OnlyFans, doing the voiceovers, making thousands a day, hundreds of dollars a day, because you men are not aware of what is taking place. Because you've given up on yourself. You just said, well, I'll just buy some. I'll just beat my meat and pay this $4.99 and watch porn all day. This is why they patrol the social media streets. This is not for engagement. It is patrol. So when you see women proposing to men, women get all in the tizzy. Post a picture of a woman proposing to a man and watch how the single women come out of the woodwork. You notice how the single women they have the most standards. And I always say they try to justify their singleness. They're suffering from SWD, single woman's disease. And they try to justify by having single woman's disease, by having such high standards, knowing no man is going to meet them because they're unrealistic. They don't even exist. So it justifies them being single when in reality, they don't measure up to a man of means. So it is a bluff. I'm going to set the bar so high that I know you can't reach it, which will in turn justify me not having to do shit. You see how that works? You men in the comments. And what I noticed, you men get in the comments saying, ooh, baby, ooh, delicious, gorgeous. A lot of times you see these men in the comments is because they went to the DM and that went unread. So they brought it to the forefront. That way they can kind of justify that the woman actually saw the comment. It's in between on the DM because you say she may have just not saw it. She may have so many DMs that she just didn't see it. So they'll go to the comments, bitch, because I know you saw my comment. See, man, you're going to have to evolve your dating strategy. But you're also going to have to evolve your awareness and your values. If she's on TikTok, her brain is fried. If she's been on TikTok for more than a year, consistently engaging, posting, she's fried. The social media world is the new dating market. These women don't even want to meet people in person anymore. They're going to go based upon what it looks like on social media because she has to show her friends what your social media looks like to justify your value or to validate your value, which also in turn validate her value. Oh, it's a guy with a blue check. So the game got messed up when you can buy a blue check now because now everybody can on the surface look like they're someone or they're somebody. You see. It's all a bluff. But the game of time is going to win. Father Time, Mother Nature gives you the gift. Father Time takes it away. And they hate when we speak in this. Women hate logic and facts so much to where they will say, where did you get those facts from? And you'll have the effeminate male saying the same thing. Just look at now you get again because it's a tug of war. So if you have a man in a relationship and the woman starts getting on his ass, he'll eventually turn back blue. He'll try to fake the red pill out of a little frustration now, but he'll go back blue because he has to have that image of him being a father and a husband and looking like he's the man. So he needs that. That's what he needs. Damn the respect, damn the freedom of speech, damn being able to speak how I truly feel. I have to maintain this image because I want to have a level of some type of superiority or elite complex. That is a thing. Yeah, men who will try to subliminally throw shots at other men because they don't feel they rank as high because they don't have that white picket fence type of setup with the family and the dog. And then a few years later, you see these same men get left and they're back in the red with the same story. It is a new world today. You're in the future. Yes, you are in the future. And you must understand and be aware of where you are, what is taking place. The new dating market, the future, you will see women proposing to men a lot more because men are no longer invested in marriage. So they try to throw out these fake statistics that divorce rate is declining. That's because the marriage rate is declining. They try to throw out it's a lot more marriages. It's kind of staying the same. It's kind of staying. Everything is staying the same. It's stagnant, but it is a lot less marriages and a lot more divorces taking place. See, what we tend to run into is the observable reality versus the social media reality. It looks a certain way on social media, but it does not translate in real life. So this is where you are. But you guys let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's the Date Master.